Alright everyone, so in this lesson, I'm going to be talking about how you can make viral ads for Instagram influencer pages based on how the Instagram algorithm works. And then at the end of the lesson, I'm also going to be showing you a few examples from Flex Posture. So first off, what works better, videos or images? In my experience, videos tend to work a lot better. However, you can still make image ads work if it's the right type of product. But in my experience, really, videos have a higher chance of going viral. They tend to be a lot more engaging, and they give you a better opportunity to really sell the prospects on your product. So for example, with a posture corrector, with a video, I can really highlight what the problem is. So I can say like, do you slouch a lot, or back pains, something like that. And then I can offer them the solution, which is the posture corrector. And so with a video, I get like 30 to 40 seconds to really sell them on the product versus an image ad for the same product. Like if I advertise the posture corrector with just an image ad of like a posture corrector, people probably wouldn't be that interested, right? They would just be like, what is this? And they would just scroll right past it. But with the video, I can make it look, I can make it look cool. I can sell them on the product. I can show them that it's going to solve their problem. And that way, they're much more likely to actually purchase the product. And so for most products, I would say that videos are the way to go, especially for most like dropshipping products, most problem-solving type of products. Now, if you are selling something like a t-shirt with a really nice design, you don't need to be worried about a video, right? Because everyone knows how a t-shirt works. And so all you really need to do is get a really nice image ad that showcases your design. So like probably like a lifestyle photo with a model wearing your t-shirt. That would work really well for a product like that. But for most products, I would definitely say video ads. Now, this is probably the most important thing in my opinion about making viral ads for Instagram is you want to make your content blend in with the content of the page that you're advertising on. Now, there's two main benefits and two main reasons why you should really try to make your content blend in. Number one is that by making your content blend in, people are much more likely to actually pay attention to it and not scroll right past it. Like, you have to know that people on Instagram don't like seeing ads, and if they're following an influencer page, it's because they want to see that page's content. They don't want to see your ads, right? Like if, for example, if you're going to advertise on a meme page, people followed that meme page because they want to see memes, they don't want to see ads. And so what you need to do is you need to make your content blend in. So you need to make it look like a meme, for example, and that way they wouldn't know right away that it's an ad. They wouldn't scroll right past it because people are getting really good at people always have been good at pattern recognition. And so people are seeing so many ads nowadays that they can just recognize without even have to think about it. They can recognize that it's an ad and they're just going to scroll right past it. So by making your content blend in, like the example of the meme page, by making your ad into a sort of a meme and like the same format as a meme, they're much more likely to actually pay attention to your ad, and that ad is going to do a lot better. Now, another benefit is that if your content blends in, the owner of the page is going to be much more likely to actually want to post that. And so he's going to give you better prices and he won't overcharge you, and he'll be much more likely to actually want to do business with you long term. And so if you have good content that's not spammy and that blends in with the influencer page's feed and the rest of the content on the page, then you can negotiate more, you can get better prices, and it just works a lot better. And so you definitely want to focus on making your content blend in. Now, how do you do this? You want to observe how influencers do it to get inspiration. Really just make your content not look like an ad. Make it look like it's just, a post that page decided to post. And so, like I was talking about with the memes, a great way to make your content blend in is to make it into a meme/text post. And so text post is what people call those posts where there's like white borders and then there's like text at the top. And it's kind of like the general, the accepted format for a meme pretty much. And so the way you can do this is you can create those with your app, with an app on your phone called InShot. So that's what I use to make them. I use InShot, and InShot allows you to add the white borders and to add text to the top. And you can try to make it blend in. So you want to make it seem like it's not an ad. You don't want to just write at the top like, oh my gosh, I need this. That's something that worked really well a few years ago, but it worked well not even that long ago, like just last year, and it can still work today. But what I'm saying is that you want to be creative. You want to make it look like it's actually the page who posted it, right? And one great way that you can do this is you can just ask them for advice, right? You can say like, hey, this is my ad. I think, right now it doesn't really blend in with your content. Can you give me some tips on how I can make this blend in with your page better? Or can you help me turn this post into a text post? You can ask them that too, and they'll know what you mean. They know what text posts are. So you can say, can you help me turn this into a text post? And then they'll say like, sure. And then they can come up with the text that they themselves would actually write instead of what you as an advertiser would write. And it can look a lot more natural, and the performance of your promo will be a lot better. So definitely focus on making your content blend in. And I'm going to be showing you at the end of the presentation some examples from Flex Posture to show you how I worked on making it blend in. Now, I want to talk a little bit about what makes a post go viral on Instagram. And basically, it really comes down to your post getting shown on the Explore page. So if you don't know already, the Explore page is a page on the Instagram app where people basically go once they've already finished scrolling through their feed and they want to see more content. They want to see, popular content right now. And so people go to the Explore page. Now, if you get your content on the Explore page, that's when it really goes viral. And so your main goal should be to try to get on the Explore page with these Instagram page promotions, right? What you're basically doing is you're using the influencer pages as leverage to get your content on the Explore page. Now, you can do, influencer posts can do really well just by getting the followers of a page, right? Like if you're doing a meme page with 200,000 followers, that's still 200,000 followers that you can reach without hitting the Explore page. But as soon as you hit the Explore page, that's when you can actually reach millions of people. And so you should definitely be keeping these factors in mind when you're doing these Instagram page promotions, because your goal should be to try to hit the Explore page. So these are the 4 main factors in my experience that matter the most when you're trying to get a post ranked on the Explore page. And I'm going to break them down individually. So the four factors are power likes, like and comment velocity, the thumbnail, and how engaging your content is. So power likes, what are power likes? Basically, Instagram doesn't value all likes equally, and if you get likes on a post from big pages, that helps your post do better. So basically, Instagram uses likes as a metric to determine which posts are better. But to avoid, because there's so many fake likes, there's so many spammy accounts, so the way that they do it is that they actually weigh the likes based on how big a page is. And so if you get hundreds of thousands of likes from fake accounts, that doesn't do anything to rank your post. It won't help you at all. But if you get a bunch of likes from pages that have 100,000, 200,000 followers, real active pages, if they all like your content, that's a sign to Instagram that you have a really good, you have really good content, and it should be shown to more people. To put that in, to give you another example, if Selena Gomez, which is the #1 most followed person on Instagram, if she likes your post instantly goes viral because she has so much authority in Instagram's eyes, and her like is so powerful. And so your post would instantly be shown on the Instagram Explore page. And so that's the idea with power likes. And so how do you take advantage of power likes? Well, one thing you can do is you can build relationships with other large pages and create engagement groups. And then you can share your posts in those groups and get them to like and comment on them. That's one way to do it. That takes a lot of work. And so personally, I don't do that. It's difficult, and you need to already have a big page. It's a mutual thing, right? They're not just going to only like your stuff. You also have to like their stuff. And so you need to be a power like as well. And so if you have 5,000 likes or less than that on your page, no one's going to want to create engagement groups with you. And so, engagement groups, they're a little bit difficult to work with. And in my experience, it doesn't even work that well. You really need to get a lot of power likes for that to work. And so not something that I focus on specifically, but it's something that you could look into. And I know that a lot of people make it work. And so, yeah, like I said, I don't personally really take advantage of power likes myself. The only time that I do take advantage of power likes is sometimes when I work with Instagram influencer pages, and if I find a very viral looking Instagram page, usually the reason why they're so viral is that they're taking advantage of a system like power likes. And so I'll ask them, I'll say, hey, can we do a post together, and I want you to do power likes for me. And so they're gonna charge me $20 more, but they're gonna do their service of getting power likes on the post to hopefully get it to go viral. Now, this is kind of a hit or miss. I think I've done 3 of those, and 1 of them went quite viral, and 2 of them just didn't do well at all. And so it's not a guaranteed thing. Just because you have power likes doesn't mean your post instantly goes viral. So that's one thing to keep in mind. And that's one of the main factors, how powerful the likes you're getting on your posts are make a big difference whether or not you're going to be shown in the Explore page. Now, another really important factor is the velocity of like and comments. So the speed of how fast your post gets likes and comments. So as soon as you post something new, the first 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, those first few minutes really matter. You want to get a lot of likes and comments fast in that period, because Instagram is going to measure it, is going to determine how fast are you getting engagement, how explosive is the reaction to this post. And if there's a post that's really explosive, that's getting a lot of engagement, a lot of comments, to Instagram's eyes, that's going to mean this is a post that's about to go viral. Let's help it out. Let's show it on the Explore page. And so if you get a lot of likes and comments really fast, there's a good chance that you're going to be shown on the Explore page, at least for a little bit. And so that's something that you want to do. You want to try to get a lot of likes and comments fast, and they need to be real. Like, Instagram's not stupid. They have like some of the smartest algorithms in the world, so you really can't fake these things like and comment velocity. The only way to really take advantage of this is actually to encourage users to engage with your post. And you have to be clever about it. So for example, something that a lot of people do is they just write, tag someone who needs this. And that can work. People will tag each other and stuff, but that's getting kind of old now, and so you need to be more clever than that. And so you can say something like, you can make like a very controversial statement or something related to your product or related to your ad, and that'll get a lot of people talking, right? Or you can make a really funny joke. That'll get a lot of people tagging each other, having discussions. And so you have to be clever and get a lot of people to engage with it, and that way you're going to get a high like and comment velocity and have a good chance of getting ranked in the Explore page. Now, like I said about the tag someone who needs this thing, I use things similar to that, and it's worked well in the past. And for Flex Posture, one thing that I did do, I was like, tag someone who needs to fix their posture ASAP, and then I'd have like a little laughing emoji. And so, the whole idea behind that was that people were going to react like, I'm not going to tag my friend who has poor posture, like that's so mean, and things like that. And so it would encourage people to engage with the post, even though they weren't actually like tagging their friends because they needed the product, but it still got the post a lot of engagement. Another important factor when you're trying to get your videos on the Explore page is the thumbnail. Having a good thumbnail will make all the difference, and the reason is that once Instagram starts showing your ad on the Explore page, it's going to start measuring the click-through rate to see if people are actually interested in your post. And so it's going to measure, out of all the people that it's showing it to on the Explore page, how many people are actually clicking on your video to watch the whole thing. And if it's showing it to a bunch of people and no one's clicking through on your video because the thumbnail isn't enticing enough, it doesn't make them want to click on your video, then it's going to swap it out for something that is more enticing with a higher click-through rate. And so you want to have a good thumbnail so that you have a good click-through rate. And this is really important. And so how do you make a good thumbnail? Well, a good thumbnail needs to be enticing. It needs to make the user want to watch your video. And so it needs to be kind of like, there's different strategies to have a good thumbnail. It can be super random. You can have just a good looking girl. You can have, you can just do some blatant clickbait, which works well for getting views. Like if you have some like really crazy thing that's not even in your video, like you can just add an image to the last second of your video just so you can select that as a thumbnail. And then that'll, you can do some crazy clickbait with that, and it'll work well for getting a lot of views, but not for sales, because who's going to buy from a company that just did some blatant clickbait to advertise their product, right? And so definitely don't recommend doing blatant clickbait. What I recommend is just testing different frames of your video that are kind of weird, or that show something that looks good, or basically anything that makes the user want to click through on your video to see what it's all about. And so I'm going to show you the examples for Flex Posture. It doesn't need to be that crazy. It's just subtle differences, but if you don't select the thumbnail, it's probably not going to be a good frame of the video, right? So just by selecting a thumbnail that looks good, that can make all the difference. Now, the last important factor when you're trying to get your video ranked on the Explore page is having good quality content. Now, this is obvious, but it's very important. If you don't have good quality content, your videos won't do great, right? Like the Instagram algorithm is really smart, and it only wants to show good content. And so the main way that it does this is that it takes into account the percentage of the video watched on average. So if people watch 1 second of your video and then they're like, what is this? This is like the worst video ever. And then they just stop watching it. They're not going to keep distributing your posts. So you need to have a good watch time. And that's another reason why clickbait isn't the best way to do it. Because if you get people to watch, if you bait people to watch your video, but then it's a totally different thing than the thing that you clickbaited them with, then they're just going to leave right away. Then your watch time is going to be terrible and the video won't do well. And so you want to have good quality content that, actually gets people involved and watch the whole thing. And if they watch the whole thing, there's a much better chance that your video is going to start being shown on the Explore page. So those are the 4 main factors. I'm going to go back to the summary of them. So power likes, like and comment velocity, thumbnail, and engaging content. Now, if I had to say what are the most important things you need to focus on when you're creating, when you're doing Instagram influencer posts, number 1 would be this right here, making your content blend in. This is the number 1 thing I would tell you to focus on. You want your content to blend in. You don't want it to look spammy, and you want it to look nice so that Instagram pages actually want to work with you and give you good prices. So that's the number 1 thing you need to do, is you need to make good content that blends in. Now, the second most important thing I would say is thumbnail. So you want to make sure that you have a good thumbnail that, will get people clicking. And then good content, just as important as the thumbnail, you need to have great content. This one's obvious. And then like and comment velocity, also extremely important. And to do this, I would focus on, getting people engaged, provoking a reaction with your audience by using clever tactics, either engagement baiting, like tag someone, or by being funny, or by being controversial, something like that, also very important. And then lastly, power likes. You can try to take advantage of those, but that's definitely not the first thing that I would focus on, especially if you're a beginner. I would pretty much just ignore this whole power likes thing, and I would focus on making your content blend in and getting a good thumbnail, and then getting this like and comment velocity up by provoking a reaction in your audience. So just to show you some examples of the posts that I was doing for Flex Posture. So this was the main video that I was running for Instagram influencer pages for Flex Posture, and I show you later on how I made this video. I made it for Facebook ads, and so it's in the Facebook ads module, but I repurposed it later on for Instagram influencers, and all I did to do that was I made it into kind of like a text post, a meme style post, where I added the white borders, and then I just added this text at the top that says, "I need to fix my posture ASAP." Now, notice how I didn't say like fix your posture ASAP with @FlexPosture, right? I could have done that, but I wanted to make it look like it was the owner of the page, the person that the people actually followed, and I made it seem like it was that person commenting on my ad, right? I need to fix my posture ASAP, and then I just had a nice video, the same video that I used for Facebook. And then I also put my watermark here to make sure that people don't copy it. But that's what I was doing. And so as you can see, I made it blend in, right? Like when they first see this, it doesn't immediately look like an ad. One thing I would do differently is I wouldn't have this watermark here. That was from, I was using that on Facebook, and I had the watermark here, but I wouldn't have that. And I already had one there anyway, so I really didn't need it. And so I would remove this watermark because that kind of, that goes against the whole making it blend in thing. And so that was the type of post I was using. Now, the thumbnails that worked best, this one worked really well right here, where she's just looking into the camera, looking really sad, slouching a bit, and it says, "I need to fix my posture." This would get people clicking. And then another one that would get people clicking is right at the start when she's like, right here, where it says, "This device corrects your posture," and then she has like a really big smile, big lips. She's great, like she's a good looking girl, and so people would click on that, and it worked really well. And then this is another one that worked really well, same thing. She's good looking, she's standing tall. People are like, what? Like, it's just kind of random too, right? Like she's just going like this. People are like, what is that? And they're just going to click on it, right? So you see that I'm not doing any crazy type of clickbait. I'm just testing like individual frames for the video that look nice, and I'm using those as my thumbnails to, entice people to click on my video. And so that's what I was doing. That's what I was doing for these ads, and that's pretty much it for this lesson on how you can make ads that go viral by understanding the Instagram algorithm. Now, in the next lesson, I'm going to be talking about how you can find these pages and make deals with them, and I'm going to be showing you more examples of posts that I did with Flex Posture. So I hope that you enjoyed this lesson, and I'm going to be seeing you in the next one.